it was just brought up, and it's a huge issue. When do property rights infringe on others? Okay, and that's not just here. That's a huge issue in the community. Social media, you name it, people are always talking about property rights and whether or not, and I'm going to use an example that is exaggerated, but that to me, it's realistic when people say, I have the right to use my property however I want to use it. And that's what a lot of people are saying. It's mine. I have the right to use it. Well, that's probably fine until somebody comes in and decides to create a feces rendering plant next door to you. My property, and that's exaggerated, I get it, but it's my property. I get to do it whether you like the smell or not, whether it affects your property values or not. This is a huge issue. And where do you draw the line? How do you make this determination? And that's kind of the discussion we're having here. If you just say, okay, basically, we're going to have free for all. You do what you want, and you do what you want. And as Councilmember Erickson said, I'm looking for a house and I drive down the street and I see this not well kept property or issues that I'm thinking, well, I don't want to live near that. I'm probably not going to buy or offer or whatever that property. So somebody else actions are devaluing the ability of that property owner to possibly sell their property and have to live with that. On another issue that's been brought up, and I'm going to use an example here. I'm not using any names or anything like that, but I think it's a good example for this issue of community and neighborhood unity, for lack of a better term, assistance, whatever. Just today, and in the last couple days, I have had a citizen reach out who's struggling with some issues related to city, not even city, related to services and their health and their ability to manage these issues. And we've talked with the individuals involved, and it sounds as though we've worked out or very close to working out a solution so that this individual does not suffer the consequences that they would otherwise be suffering if it weren't for people working together. Okay, the example, and it's kind of a stereotypical, but it's a true example. My mom's 90 years old. She can't mow the lawn, okay, type of thing. And I understand there's people out there who are in similar situations who don't have the help that she has. But you can often find neighbors, community members, Boy Scouts, who knows, who can often help with situations with people who have trouble keeping up their property. Okay, usually if people reach out or even people recognize, hey, there's something wrong here, and they often will approach, can I help you? And that's one of the things they say. This is Idaho, okay, and I've been here 35 years, and it is an element of the expectation of this is different than a lot of communities and other places that people have come from. Okay, part of the deal is you help people here. You help your neighbors. You know your neighbors. You try and work with them. And that kind of comes into what we're dealing with here. Jail, I don't like that. No, I think we need to, again, as council member, all the council members, I think, have expressed, I would like to remove the jail element of it. The term, wording is very important, up to $1,000. I don't think I would hope we don't have any judges who are looking to be real punitive and with people and will understand situations. And yeah, if you have somebody who's basically being belligerent about it, saying, and you get somebody who comes and says, yeah, it's my property, I'm gonna do what I want regardless of it. And the judge might say, okay, bud, $1,000. Okay, but if you have someone who comes in and says, Your Honor, this and that and this and that, I doubt whether a judge is going to hammer him. And most judges will try and work something out like that. The definition, I would have to see it because do we want to look at matching what the state's definition is, word for word or not? I don't know because I haven't seen them. I don't know what the real difference is in between our definition as related to public versus general nuisance, I think was. Private, okay, yeah, something like that. I think we want to be sure that our definitions are in line as best as possible. I think that's all I scrawled all over my note sheet here. But yeah, I think we need to maybe table in particular Title IV and revisit it here, clean it up or make some of these, I don't think there's that many changes I think that I don't think we're looking at.